Chapter 10 Topic 22 Part 4 Life Sketches of Ummuhat al-Momineen. Horat Abu Bakr, radhiyallahu anhu, kept quiet and said nothing. Meanwhile, Ruqayyah, radhiyallahu anhu, the daughter of the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the wife of Horat Usman, radhiyallahu anhu, died. Horat Umar, radhiyallahu anhu, went to Horat Usman, radhiyallahu anhu, and offered Horat Hafsa, radhiyallahu anhu's, hand to him. He declined by saying, "I have no mind to marry for the present." Horat Umar, radhiyallahu anhu, complained of this to the Prophet. The Prophet said, "I tell you of a husband for Hafsa better than Usman, and of a wife for Usma, and better than Hafsa." He then took Horat Hafsa, radhiyallahu anhu, as his next wife and gave his daughter Horat Kulsum, radhiyallahu anha, in marriage to Horat, radhiyallahu anhu, Usman. Horat Abu Bakr, radhiyallahu anhu, later said to Horat Usman Umar, radhiyallahu anhu, when you offered Hafsa's hand to me, I kept quiet as the Prophet had expressed to me his intention of marrying her. I could neither accept your offer nor disclose the Prophet's secret to you. I, therefore, kept quiet. If the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, had changed his mind, I would have gladly married her. Horat Umar, radhiyallahu anhu, says, Abu Bakr's silence over the offer was more shocking to me than Usman's rejection. Horat Hafsa, radhiyallahu anha, was a very pious woman, and very much devoted to salat. She would often fast during the day and spend the night in prayers. Once the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, for some reason, was displeased with Hafsa and even pronounced the first divorce to her. Horat Umar, radhiyallahu anhu, was naturally very much shocked over this. Jibreel alayhis came to the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and said, Allah wants you to take Hafsa back, as she is fasting often and spending her nights in salat, and also Allah wants it for Horat Umar's, radhiyallahu anhu, sake. The Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, therefore, took her back. She died in Jamadil Ula, 45 A.H., at the age of 63. 5. Horat Zainab bint Khuzaimah, radhiyallahu anha. Horat Zainab, radhiyallahu anha, was the next to be married to the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. There are divergent reports about her previous husbands. According to one report, she was first married to Horat Abdullah bin Jahsh, radhiyallahu anhu, who was killed in Uhud, as we have already seen in his story in chapter Vi1. According to another report, she was first married to Tufail ibn al-1 Harith and when divorced by him was remarried to his brother Ubaidah ibn al-Harith, who was killed in Badr. The Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, married her in Ramadan, 3 A.H. She lived with the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, for 8 months only, as she died in Rabi al-Akhir, 4 A.H. Chapter